welcome to the second episode of Shock Fuck. Welcome to the second episode of Talk Charmers. How did that one feel?
Shock fuck.
It's become that now. We'll figure out the name eventually. That's the least important part. The most important part is that we've got a lovely panel of folks here, including the Lady of the Ledger, Summer, and how many people can say they're on Reinar's Roll of Honor, Amy?
I don't know, probably like 4.
It can't be many. So, hell
probably
yeah
not.
to that. And we've got a ban list coming up in 12 days? Ish. I think it's the 15th. And we have some actual Silver Age data now because we had data. What do y'all say? Because we had a battle hard end, and we have a top 8 to look at for that. And so we're just gonna go through, do a little format check-in, and talk about what, if anything, we think might be banned or unbanned on December the 15th. But first, as every podcast does, folks, how are your weeks in Flesh and Blood? Let's start with Amy because you are next to me on my second monitor. We're doing this in draft order.
Yeah.
Actually, this is reverse draft order. Everything's messed up now. How was your week in Flesh and Blood?
My week was good. What did I do? I think this week I just went to Armory, played some Reinar. That was a good time. I ordered a bunch of foil Kasai cards because I'm
Beautiful.
getting ready to prep that deck again, probably for the PT. And then, just recorded a video to come out on Friday. So that's about that.
Is it Reinar?
Yes, it is. I'm playing Ravenous Meat X Reinar. We are
deep in the kitchen.
Reinar Crash Out Simulator or something.
Beautiful. That'll be a good one.
Great. It's a good time. But also, please, LSS, don't ban Mandible Claw. Please.
Everyone stop playing KO and start playing Reinar and any other brute instead of KO so that Mandible Claw sticks around.
I've been relaying Eugene C's Twitter crash outs to Amy.
He's not ready. None of us are ready.
She can relate to him.
I'm sure we're about to get to it, but I feel like I'm leading here by asking Summer how her week in Flesh and Blood was because I may or may not have been a part of it.
It's been good. Well, it's okay. We're all traumatizing each other. Like last week, I traumatized Amy with a Blood Rush Bellow turn where I presented like 33 damage or something.
Yeah, in KO.
And I didn't even get low enough for her to reckless swing me.
So this week it was your turn.
So this week I had the turn 1 Blood Rush Bellow against Brian on Acilio. And I was like, oh, I'll send it. There's a lot of instance. And then he goes, negate.
I rewinded that frickin' Blood Rush Bellow on turn 0.
And the other thing is that, for those of you who don't know, the discarded card is part of the cost. So you have to pay the discard card, since you pay it. So I already had discarded the card, and he's like, negate. So then I was just like, what do I do? I still had 1 floating. So I was like, do I send it again? Or no, I had 2 floating. So I was like, send it again. And I was just like, Arsenal pass. And that was incorrect.
In post, we determined that perhaps you might have leaked more damage if you had just gone for it. Because I was down to 2 cards by that point, but...
Yeah, you had paid with it out of hand, so you had 2 cards. There's probably instance, but I was just like so bamboozled. I was like,
I couldn't believe I saw it in my opener. I was like, I'm not ready for you. But then you played the turn 0 Blood. All right. But your week's been good. Otherwise, beyond that horrendous turn 0.
Yeah, it was fun. I actually spent all day today working on my next video for the channel, which is going to be about rune blades and music. Very excited about that.
Very excited.
Oh, yeah, feeling good.
Heck yeah. And then the best part of my week in Flesh and Blood was totally rewinding the Blood Rush Bellows. Just put out the boosting Spendog video where we tested his Mechanologist metal and also a little bit of Tough Nut.
Yeah.
And I mean, he nailed it. Like he nailed the Tough Nut stuff. Admittedly, I didn't make it too difficult. There's not like, what do you do with yellow sixes? I don't know. I guess I could have changed the name more or something. And then I'm just waiting until the 15th to figure out what deck I'm actually playing because I still feel like I haven't found myself since Aurora LL'd. So hopefully there's some interesting changes there, which we will discuss the potential of right now. Why don't we start with LL because that's the least interesting one and nobody really cares about it. I don't know. Do either of you have particularly strong feelings about either the state of LL or what could be done about it? If anything needs to be done about it.
I haven't played a ton of LL. I didn't need to test it for Philly, so I didn't. I really enjoyed watching the coverage of the LL games. I thought that was a blast, honestly. But playing it is less fun.
I've heard that sentiment more than once, that it's like a much better viewer experience than player experience.
Yeah, it's fun to watch people do broken stuff. Sometimes it's fun when you're doing the broken stuff. It's less fun when you're on the other side of it, getting OTK'd, but I don't know. There's room for improvement or just room to start over and do something else.
Yeah, I think like the soul of LL is on the line here, like what do we want it to look like? What do we want it to be? And it's interesting because, yeah, I think once you start playing it a little bit more and a little more deeply, like we started to get this sort of consensus on Twitter around Worlds and a little bit after that was like, a lot of the pro players being like, I wasn't sure about LL, but when we really started testing it, I had a good time. The games were really fun. I felt like there were a lot of interesting decisions and I really liked it. And I was like, where was this sentiment? Like I don't disagree that LL has been mishandled. And actually I think it's really cool to see like all the stage support that we're gonna have next year. And I wish we had like any amount of that energy for LL this current year. Like cool promos, lots of tournaments, lots of opportunities for people to try the format and have incentive to try the format before it's like, and then surprise, it's going to be at Worlds. I think it was an interesting gamble and probably it kept viewership up because we know that viewership drops, unfortunately, for draft and draft games. Like, I don't think that's a reason to drop draft and coverage, and I don't think they're planning on it. They just wanted to try something new. I think it was just handled a little half-assedly. But I still really love LL. I just love playing Lexi. I enjoyed playing Azalea. I think it needs to be considered a little bit more heavily, but I don't know if they have just like the resources.
Yeah, or even the data. Like the metagame did not look like what everybody expected it to look like necessarily, and like unfortunately,
exactly.
Just haven't played the volume of games at a high enough level to really know. Like, I mean, sure, like System Reset Dash is probably among the best decks. How could it not be? But there's clearly other stuff that can compete, and Warmongers is unrestricted now, so.
Yeah.
Sure.
And goddamn, I just hate that Marlin deck so much. It's so unfun.
Lordy.
You didn't like that?
No, I had a bad time.
There's a clip in the Philly vlog of Johnny going 19 overpower onto me. I'm like, can you please calm yourself down? But I remember just pre-Rosetta, it was when we played, well, this would have been just before the Battle Hardened and the PQ Plus where Verdance did the Kraken's Aether Vein thing, but I remember them saying either in a dev talk or an article that they were like, lucky that Living Legend had just kind of organically been a balanced format pre-Rosetta, and like, I don't even remember what the consensus on the best deck was. Like, people were playing Icelander, Chain, not so much Starvo, because, well, they had banned and restricted a whole bunch of cards just before Rosetta. So
they had, but Starvo is just
he was still among the best. Yeah.
It's always
because I know it was like after him being the top 8 of everything, they like did large swaths of bans. But obviously that hasn't been the case since, and they haven't been able to figure out if the format looks like how they want it to and whatever. So, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously I want Rosetta Thorn unbanned if we can just segue into the ban list. Like, I don't care what. Give your Rosetta Thorn back. What are we talking about? You can't have that beautiful marvel and have it unplayable in every single format. And surely there's, like, something if you want to, like, ban Dirge again now that the Viserai LL Armory fiasco is kind of off of people's minds, or do something else to, if Runeblades even need balancing, because I don't know how they actually square up and what the real metagame is, but whatever you have to do, give me Rosetta Thorn back, and preferably Somersault as well. This isn't the last time I'll be talking about that card.
4 Chains in the top 8 of
Probably.
Worlds?
Yeah. So, like, if you have to ban Dirge or whatever, that's fine. I don't know. I mean, I was playing Duskblade that weekend, and, like, that card still feels really good. No, they unrestricted it, right? Or did they re-restrict it now? I can't keep up.
It's been a shit show. Yeah. No, Dirge is restricted to 1.
So it's back down to 1. Okay.
And Thorn is banned, and Chain still put 4 copies into top 8 because the hero power says go again, which is too good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's a little bit of a cooked format, but, like, just let it be a little crazy.
Yeah.
I think.
It's how Legacy and Vintage
I think
right? People play those for a reason. What were you going to say?
People play those for a reason, but they have really small player bases, and Fab doesn't have a big enough player base within itself to have, like, the splintering that, like, Vintage and Legacy do. Because the Vintage and Legacy people, from what I understand, I don't play Magic, but from what I understand, they're just, like, they're doing their own thing.
Yeah, they don't engage in the modern game as, to the extent that they have to keep up with the fucking modern nonsense, but...
Exactly, and Fab doesn't have enough players to do that, but I agree that banning Rosetta Thorn when they did just shows, like, a profound, like lack of understanding of what the format was going to do, because, like, obviously they hadn't figured out the system reset combo Dash.io deck, and they just, like, don't know what to do about Chain. They don't know what to do about Starvo, because
they pissed off a bunch of Runeblade players for no reason. Like, Duskblade is still clearly good enough.
Yeah, Duskblade's amazing, and Chain, whether it's Boomer or RuneGate, it is just baseline so powerful because of what Amy said about Go Again. I think I would love it to be like CC plus with, some of the LL'd heroes. I would like it to be, like, more interesting back and forth. I think that's a heavy ask when these decks are all so hard to play and you have to spend so much time with mastery. Like, I was talking on Blue Sky like a month or so ago about this and asking if people were interested in LL, and if not, why not? And that was a big one, is like, my CC deck is never going to compete in LL, and I don't want to learn a new one. So I'm just going to stick with CC. And I think that's, like, a big issue with this game, because, like, frankly, I think just at a baseline level, I think it's harder than Magic, right? It's got to be.
I agree that it is. I would say so. I also just think it's, like, less prone to variance, which makes it more skill testing, I suppose, or makes the player skill more impactful at large. Obviously, like, you see there's top Magic players consistently topping, so there's something there to tap into.
Absolutely.
But I personally
I'm not saying
would
it's not
say
skill.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think just, like, the ceiling of, like, mastering, like, because people haven't even mastered CC, and then asking them to, like, play at a competent level in LL is maybe kind of, like, a hard ask that people are just, like, scared of.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if they had, like, done, like, specific cool LL promos, or had split up PQ season like they're doing this upcoming season, where a couple of weeks
put those LL Armory decks at the freaking LGS, not make it an event convention exclusive. That was a very bizarre choice in my head.
Yeah, and I don't like the convention exclusive stuff. I'm just hoping, like, I think they've very clearly learned their lessons with their missteps in LL, but I hope that they're just, like, not taking it out back and shooting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know the switch on the page to, like, other formats or whatever scared a lot of people, but I don't think it's the last we've seen of it. Like, they wouldn't have poured so much into it to, I think they just need to let it sit for a minute and maybe let it get some data in one way or another. Maybe somebody starts running events or whatever. But yeah, just leave it alone for a second. Like, let the players figure it out and enjoy it. And yeah, obviously it's about to be Silver Age season, so
yeah,
very exciting. But yeah, I imagine in like 5 years they will revisit LL, and there'll be enough of a like disconnect between the players then and the players now that there could be more splintering in the formats. So like it could be more like legacy or vintage, and that would be fine.
And a larger collection of playable heroes, I would have to assume.
Yes.
Like, I feel like by the next time we go to Mistvale, the OG Mistvale heroes could be like LL powered if they get some more stuff.
True.
But yeah,
I
don't
hate this
the
year
format.
that we go back to LL, but I think 5 years is too much. But like at the very latest next year, just to have like a bit more of a focus, especially since I have some trepidation about some Sage decisions that they're announcing. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Should we do Sage next or CC next? Since Sage is probably the most exciting conversation. Do we save that one for the end?
Yeah, let's do that one.
All right,
let's do that one now.
Sage now.
Sage now.
Sage now.
Do it. Go.
Summer, what are your concerns?
It's the community voting thing. I think it'll be an unpopularity contest. It'll be mostly driven by content creators. I think it's a very strange decision, especially since I presume they're still going to be banning stuff out of the format. So why can we just like not have that? And also, I don't like that when a hero is banned a second time, they're banned for twice as long.
Yeah, that makes it pretty easy to stun lock them out of the format, right?
Right?
Yeah. That stuff is very interesting. When I first saw it, I was not quite sure how to feel. I was like, okay, community voting. I mean, that seems cool. They're still gonna have a hand. They're gonna pick their own hero, I think, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, they're gonna pick one, and then we
out.
vote for the other two, right?
And then we vote 2 or I think it's 3.
It's 3.
Okay,
it's
so
3.
4 in total get
4 heroes
per
every season, which is kind of a lot. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that happens, but the double season ban, making you sit out for 2 seasons and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5 is that's gonna be rough.
It could.
Oldhim is gonna be legal once every 10 years.
Yeah, I'm saying right? depending on how upset the streamer community gets, we could see a concerted effort to just stun lock Oldhim out of the format for an exorbitant amount of time.
I would like to believe that the community is not like that, and they're probably not going to do that.
I think we're better than that.
That is my
I'm going to hope we're better.
I think we're better than that.
To get into what the metagame,
the cynical one over here.
They're gonna screw it up. They're gonna ban Azalea forever. I'm never gonna activate Death Dealer again.
I don't think so anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can look at. We finally have a bit of metagame data here. There's a top 8 from the Battle Hardened in Valencia, and the hero breakdown was 2 Chain, 2 Briar, 2 Bravo Flattering Showman, an Oldhim, and an Ira. I didn't have it pulled up here, but I'm pretty sure this makes our tier list look pretty good. Everybody here was in our S or A tier, I'm pretty sure.
I wasn't here for that, so I don't remember.
We did great.
But I believe it.
I'm going to assign some Stolen Valor to you for it.
Thank you. I'm playing Reinar, so that's all I'll be playing in Silver Age. And Reinar is also S tier in my heart, so...
There is a card that we've all been talking about. We also have a couple mentions here in absence of April who would have showed up, but she's tired, and I understand. But we have some bans written down for her, some ideas. So how many, I'm going to ask you two, how many total copies in this top 8 of Red Arcane Polarity do you think there were?
2 per deck. So 16?
Yeah, 16.
It wasn't quite 16.
We're all fab players.
But it was close. I think 12 I did the count. So 1 deck had 0, 2 decks had 1, the other 5 decks had 2 copies.
Yeah.
So
that card is really, really busted.
Is this card too good?
Yes.
Probably. It's also just so easy. Like, you have to do nothing in the matchups you bring it in to like always get the full value, which like obviously we're scraping the bottom of the barrel for some 4 damage prevention effects. We don't have like Sink and Fade, like Oasis Respite costs 1, the 4 blocks, you might not be able to block efficiently, but like Arcane Polarity is so gross.
Yeah. And when you find 2 in a matchup, you're just like, okay, I win now. I'm like so far ahead. So far ahead.
There is the concern that it's really good against the Rune Blades, who are clearly already really good. So I was looking at like what do we think could perhaps power down Chain, and like I said, this format doesn't want really good 4 blocks. So how do we feel about Reduce to Rune Chant getting the axe as a way to try and power down Chain?
Probably pretty fair. That card is available in Rainbow too, and
It's
I feel
always
like,
an
yeah,
offensive D-React.
yeah, it's pretty pushed. It's good enough to make the cut in CC in a lot of Rune Blades, so it's definitely very much good enough.
Yeah,
Here.
I think it's
That
better than
and
Sigil of
is suffering,
Suffering.
too.
They're both legal. I think Reduce is better and also promotes what I would think is worse gameplay. Like, if ever a stack deck exists in Sage, it would be using Reduce. And like at least
Yes.
Sigil, you can AB to make it block 3, and it doesn't make the freaking Rune Chant. So I'm gonna let him keep 1 because I'm the Rune Blade player here. I can't nerf myself too hard, but I don't know what else you would get rid of in Chain. I did put down Reaping Blade as a maybe because just 1 for 3, it's so freaking boring. It's obviously the best weapon in so many situations.
I was thinking Mauve Skies maybe.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess that does
I
like
agree about-
hit and set and Viscerai and stuff too
So
pretty hard.
that's my other concern is like Viscerai is not quite good enough, and I am desperately looking
bad.
for ways to make him good enough. But what do you do to buff him that doesn't make Chain completely unreasonable?
Yeah, the problem is just Chain. Unfortunately.
For this first season,
Damn,
it
that's
is,
so
and then
crazy.
never
We were
again.
just talking about that.
And then never again. Then he's gone. Well, yeah, at least that first vote isn't happening until after Pro Tour.
Is it?
Which
like
is presumably post Compendium.
It was not till
Did
June.
they announce a date even?
Yeah, it was like after the Penn season. So it wasn't going to be until like June. And it might even be
So we'll get one season of this plus Compendium, and then we'll start
And
banning
bans.
heroes. Yeah, and another ban wave.
I imagine did they say that they were going to link the like banning of individual cards to the like public voting at all, or is that just all separate?
Hopefully just heroes.
I think it's just heroes.
Just heroes. Okay.
Presumably,
That's good.
yeah, their specs and signature weapons go as well, obviously. But Chain's not even playing Galaxia Black, so maybe he would if Reaping Blade was banned. And then all I really want is like, give me back Somersault, because I'm not trying to do bad stuff besides block 6. But I just want to.
Art is way too good.
You can't play Blast to Oblivion without it, and I want to do cool like bounce Malefic with Blast to Oblivion, Somersault it back. Oh, be so fun. April also said we should ban Malefic Incantation for what it's worth.
Fair. Yeah.
Also fair, but also we just got it in cold foil. Don't do that.
Yeah, I think that one
Infinite set.
that one takes 3 turns to get its full value, or 2 with the yellow. So I think it's not too bad. I think the ones that he can give go again, like Blessing of a Cult or Read the Runes, were sort of on my radar, because that's just like immediate, like 3 rune chant value either that turn or the next one, and it's not spread out over a couple turns, and you have to play. So I don't think Malefic is as much of a problem.
That's a good shout. The ones without go again hurt Chain more than Viscerai and Vincent if they get banned. So like Read the Runes is not a bad shout actually, because that's like, I mean, it's still good in Viscerai, but I think banning that hurts Chain more than it hurts Viscerai.
True.
Yeah, especially since a lot of them are on the Rune Gate package, and it's so hard for Chain to make rune chants without those.
I wonder if this has to be on their mind, like trying to make rare versions of majestic effects for like the we already have it with a bunch of like CNC type like on hit type shenanigans. I wonder if they can do a rare version of the Warmonger's effect that's like balanced but still hits the rune blades.
Nah, we don't need to do that. Don't print that card again.
What
The
is
card
that? Oh,
sucks.
right, you're a Kasai player. I was like, how have you been hurt?
Yeah.
And then I remembered.
Finally, someone else feels my pain.
It's like, what do you mean? Let me play my attacks on my non-attacks. I needed to play one non-attack to get go again. What the
I
hell?
wasn't doing anything wrong.
You were, and I'm never forgiving you for what you did to me.
Target Rune Blade can only play. It's just because I don't know how this happened, but every time Amy and I are playing in a CC meta, I just happen to play a deck that seems really well positioned into you. Like Fang versus Kasai is just so unfun for you.
It's just miserable. But I'm working on it.
Any other sage thoughts before we before we oopsie segue into that? Does anybody see anything else want to go or not go, or are we kind of just waiting for Compendium to see what the full format looks like?
I just think it's really interesting that Azalea has not been performing as well as I thought she would.
I agree, because it's numbers.
I think part of it is her representation is much smaller. Like if you look at those two big Japanese stage events, it was like 4 copies in the room versus like a million Iras and stuff. And one of them was the one where there was like 4 chains in the top 8 or something like that. So I think it's a bit of a number issue. And I think the deck is actually harder to play than people might think.
Could it also
seems
be
a little bit less consistent too, potentially, than like Ira, which is just like always like Kadachi, go again, 2 for 6, or whatever. Like,
well, and Ira can do some really dumb things, like Ian Zhang, who made top 8. He was on that one, the Mask of whatever the fuck it's called, where you
many names or many faces.
Many names. Yeah, you break it, name your card, Crazy Brew, then play Life of the Party, and it's a 0 for 6 go again, where you gain 2 life.
Goodness me.
I was like,
just a 0 for 8 go again. That's
just a 0 for 8. Don't worry about it. So that is pretty nuts.
Awesome.
That doesn't help.
I think Azalea is very also susceptible to fatigue and to all these guardians.
I was just about to ask. I'm looking here at one of these top 8 Bravo lists, and it's full Civic set plus Bastion of Duty, like 10 armor block on demand, and we have
10?
Staunch. Yeah. Each Civic piece blocks 2 with temper, and then Bastion of Duty is also temper 2. So they've got 10 armor block, plus they have staunch response, plus they have all these 4 blocks, unmovable as well.
Unmovable.
Yeah, so it could just be a really hostile metagame environment for Azalea as well.
Yeah, I think everyone packed like 2 unmovables in their side. I feel like the standard like Silver Age sideboard is just like 2 unmovable, like 2 random tech cards, like 2 humbles. That's like what I do. It's like 2 unmovable, 2 humble, 2 arcane polarity, and then I'm like, okay, then I get my arcane barrier. Like done. Sideboard done for every deck.
The goofiest thing in this Oldhim deck is the yellow Lalo, because it's a 3-block D-React that, pitches 2, which is relevant, I guess, in this stupid deck, but gross. But yeah, it seems like Chain, Briar, and Ira are the du jour aggro decks, and I have been playing Briar, and it's real good. It's a lot of fun.
It's
pretty freaking good. Burn Up is as good of a card as I remembered.
It's crazy. I can't believe that's so rare.
And
there's a lot of fatigue piles, so I would like to see some of the Guardian blocks go away.
Yeah, another misstep from Mastery Pack Guardian, unfortunately.
Yeah, these yellow April shouted out the yellow 4 blocks, but like that seems like it was very specifically designed for correct shuffle play and not these constructed formats.
Yeah. Turns out that's pretty good. Get rid of the downside of the block cards being red, and they're insane.
Little unreasonable. And that's all I had. We clearly need to do something to the Rune Blades, unfortunately, but I want that as a reason to give us back cooler cards. We'll get there.
I am curious to see why they banned Vigorous Smash Up. I think that that could have been a very cool card in Tough Nut and Rhinar and RKO. It's maybe a little too good, but is it as good as Arcane Polarity? Probably not. I don't know.
Probably not. Yeah. Can't give us
I
that
think
one and take that away.
we were all kind of saying that like they probably banned it because they were worried about like Tough Nut fatigue piles, and then they just let Guardian do the fatigue pile thing. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see what happens.
Give me
Let
that old
everyone
him
do
Tough
the
Nut
pile
meta.
thing.
I
That's a
think
good
I've
meta
got our
right
next
there.
Clash Live right there.
Oh God.
I think the Tough Nut deck might be pretty fucking bad, unfortunately.
Tough Nut.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I love Tough Nut, but man,
But he ain't it right now.
he's so bad, man.
Speaking of what ain't it, every deck I'm playing in Classic Constructed ain't it, and I need so much help on this ban list because I am just so lost. Especially
What have
because,
you been playing?
well, yeah, last night or Monday I played Acilio, and like right now, if I had to register for a tournament tomorrow, I would probably play Acilio before Fang, because I just can't get scoured again. I really can't. It hurts too bad.
That's fair.
That's why I gave up on
But-
Vincent.
If I
Yeah,
owned a Punamu amulet, I would play Verdance, but they're like $40
I have one you
now.
can borrow.
Perfect.
I have one you can borrow.
Maybe I'll
Don't-
just play Verdance.
just don't register Acilio at an event. Don't do it.
Do you remember my Kansas City crash outs?
A little bit, yeah. And just like that deck it's certainly something that you could register.
What I love about it is that there are no matchups that it like can't win just by nature of its combo being completely unreasonable, but it also just like completely loses to itself sometimes. I should just like do Verdance or borrow Syndra from Sean or something linear, but hopefully there will be shakeups on the 15th, and we should get into those right now. I have like big feelings, some just like complete pipe dreams, and some I actually think will happen. I don't think they're gonna ban Scour, but I wish they would, because then I would play Fang in a heartbeat. That Verdance matchup becomes playable, easy. Something needs to happen to Gravy, but I'm not a good enough Gravy player to actually. Thoughts on Scour? That's just completely unreasonable, right? Like that's never gonna happen.
I doubt it. They need it for a lot of other matchups. Like the Wizards need it for like Prism and shit. So I doubt they're gonna ban it. It would be fine. I think it only really hurts Fang.
That's what I'm
And I
saying.
think
It's like a
Fang-
reasonable card elsewhere, but against Fang, it just makes the matchup completely unplayable. Both
Yeah.
from
Same
like
thing for
a
Vincent, like-
mathematical and a psychological perspective.
I think you just have to like take a bath on that and like hope to dodge Verdance. And that's basically what you have to
I'm
do.
not in the right
But-
city to be dodging Verdance.
For Gravy though, I imagine that Leyline probably needs to get hit because
I agree.
the card is just a little too unreasonable. It's always a 0 for 5 in the deck. Sometimes it's a 0 for 6. Go again. And you should be able to fatigue that deck. That should be
Yeah.
a plan that is available to you because you can't
Yep.
value trade with them. You can't race them effectively because they can race you back with that, and then you can't fatigue them, and it's all because of the Leyline.
Yeah.
I would trade Leyline for like more Tipples back. Like the deck is too inconsistent to like even like game plan around right now. It's like I don't know. It's a nightmare from all angles. Unban Tipple. That's what I got.
Unban Tipple and
Nah,
ban
Tipple's gotta stay.
Leyline.
Unban Tipple, ban Leyline.
I wonder what that looks like from like what decks get better into it when that happens. Does that actually make it fatiguable, you're saying, if you get rid of Leyline?
Yes. Yes.
Verdance
in
can
fairness,
fatigue
yes.
Gravy then?
No. I don't know. I
No.
think
But
that
Victor
one is bad
can.
for him.
Victor can.
But
Victor
Kasai
can,
maybe
importantly.
can?
Because I can.
And then Victor can also prey on Syndra.
Syndra.
True.
Yep.
And what's the Mario and stuff too? I would imagine that Victor's.
Oh
probably
yeah,
okay
Mario's
into.
huge right now, so that's a good shout.
I'm not sure as much about that because Victor doesn't play as many D-Reacts. And
True.
that deck is so attack happy. Also, shout out to that Mario deck. Everyone's discovered how good Codex of Inertia is.
Yeah.
That card is insane.
Is that that's
And
the
I was
top card of your deck one,
top card of your
right?
deck into your arsenal. Yeah.
Dude, someone got me with that the other day and I was testing Kasai and they put my fucking Fable into my arsenal and I was just like,
Yeah.
"Ah!"
It's so good.
Like, I will let this
One
inertia go
time,
off immediately.
Yeah.
one time in Belfast, I was playing against a Verdance, and I played it, um, and it put a Sink Below from the top of their deck into their arsenal, and they were like, "Oh hell yeah, I'm all set." And then they discarded their last card out of their hand, but I had already played the release attention, which says no
Oh,
D-Rex from
yeah.
arsenal, so
Oh.
he
Yeah.
just got exploded.
And that's
Yeah,
why
and
we
the
play
inertia
overcrowded.
token is yeah. The inertia token is like a huge deal as well.
Yeah, you have to find a way
Um,
to or to make Syndra give you cards right now. Like, that's why I've been playing Provoke, and that's
Yep.
like similar thing for
That's
that. Like,
gas.
yeah, so good. Speaking of Syndra, like, I think we should ban Wrath of Retribution because having this cringe one of that just like makes the rest of the gameplay decisions up to that point pretty irrelevant is super cringe.
Yeah. That card is like a little not even it's way too pushed. For no reason. Also it's
Like,
legal in Silver Age and I people are playing it there and it's good there. It's just like a 2-card 7 in Silver Age with Kodachis, which is crazy.
unreal. Yeah, like look at frickin' Fire and Brimstone and then look at Wrath of Retribution and like
like,
and then stop talking to
oh.
me. I hate it. I'm sitting there with my Kabuto like, no, I won't block with this until you play Wrath. Then I need it to not die. And then of course the next turn cycle it's always frickin' Wrath of Retribution and then I just flip the table. I hate it.
Just jam it on fucking what's that starter called?
Ignite.
Just
I
Ignite.
usually get baited by the
Bam.
Ignite. I'm like a nice clean 2 for 2 and we're chilling.
It's a 2 for 3. You know?
Yeah,
You block the
yeah.
Kodachi too.
That's true. That's true. When you think about it
value.
that way, bang. See, you
Value.
have been playing Brute. I just got a free
Yeah.
coaching session, and so did all of our lovely listeners. Amy, do you think anything should get banned or unbanned besides Leyline?
Yeah, so definitely Leyline, probably Wrath of Retribution could go. I think that again, I'm gonna stick by my Tipple thing. I think that the Gravy Bones deck is weirdly inconsistent right now, where it's kind of either the best deck in the game, like it does just insane shit, or it kind of just loses to itself.
That was literally
And
the calling top 8. How did both Asilios lose to Gravies? We'll never know because they weren't on camera, or at least one of them wasn't. But like, that's supposed to be such a
Yeah.
good matchup. But like, it doesn't matter if Gravy just draws the nuts.
Yeah. So I would like to see like the power level of that deck brought down by taking out the ley lines, maybe even taking out Chum too. Like taking out some of the super high power cards and just being like, okay, lower the ceiling, like raise the floor back up. So it's like I have a turn to turn game plan that I can enact. Because I've been jamming some Gravy.
Chum
It
really
too,
does
just 'cause,
hose a
like,
lot of the mid-range strategies just like completely out of the game.
yeah, it's like, okay, I gotta send 7 to 8 points of value into Chum, and then they hit me with a 5-card hand, which I have to block out, and then they leave another ally on the board, and it's just like, it's untenable.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's ways to fix it, I think. I don't have all the answers, but I would like to see that deck just like changed a bit.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
the value of the allies is just so high. You know,
Very high.
even leaving them for like one turn, you just get so much value out of it. That I think it can handle a few more hits without being, put out of the game.
Especially with the
Which I
math
think
not
is
always
great.
being clean between Sawbones and Fearless Confrontation. Like, it's so... Like, if you ever get punked out of
We gotta-
clearing an ally, the game is over.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta probably get rid of that card too, or just like errata it, because I feel like it was
Good
not
morning,
rules
Bear.
like as intended. I don't think they intended
and-
for
and
it
I
to
think-
protect an ally,
Yeah, they missed
But
that
it
interaction
does.
for sure.
and it's fucked up. It's really good.
I feel like the allies
missed
should
that
have been
interaction.
legendary. At least the ones that are, like, named, which I think maybe they all are, but, like, that's
They
how
all
I
have
think.
names.
Some are.
They all should have been legendary, is
like
what I think.
Barnacle,
Yeah.
Barnacle, and Chowder.
Yeah, you can have as
Don't
many of
have
those as you want. Those have the unlimited
real
keyword,
ones.
in fact. I want to play 10
Yeah.
chowders. How do
I
we feel
still
about
feel
healing?
like
Yes, you first.
rigor mortis is just like way too insane.
Yeah,
Selfish, yeah.
like a
For it's
1.9.
true for most decks. I happen to just be like my two shitty ass decks that suck in this format happen to be able to clear a rigor mortis like so easily, but it is so
Well,
true
sure,
for
but
most things. Yeah,
but you have to block 6 before that, like so you're getting like 7 or 8
Just
value out of it.
the
yeah,
real
it steals tempo always.
the real sauce is just blocking one with Flash of Brilliance and playing out a Sigil of Aether, bouncing that back, pinging it for 1, bang, your turn's over.
Bang.
That makes sense.
Pretty good.
That seems good.
That's
Pretty good.
all. That's all I have. How do we feel
Pretty
about
good.
Healing Pot? I know April has talked about that as well. I get like that is what makes the mirror miserable. That is also what is driving the price of the H-Pot amulet up to $40 freaking a copy. And is it a similar thing to Aurora, where there's this deck that just like has a good plan A, but like also has this ridiculous combo? It's like different than Flicker Wisp. It requires some setup, but Verdance is still
Yeah.
good without it.
I think that it's pretty bad. I think that they could definitely ban the healing potions, and like that would bring in some of the like slower and more mid-range classes to be able to actually compete, and that would help with Syndra and the like Mario, and I feel like everything could get a lot more balanced if there wasn't like healing pot combo and ally deck like
Squeezing
stomping on
everything out of the middle, yeah.
everything out.
Mm-hmm.
So they should probably go. It feels dumb to ban a potion, but like
Here we are.
I don't know. Here we are.
It's always some
And just,
stupid
like,
innocuous thing.
It really is. And like as soon as Kano goes, Storm Striders also have to go. Like I think that's just
It's sad and it's probably
Take 'em.
true.
inevitable.
So that means
Don't
I
take 'em.
have to play Verdance PQ week 1 because Kano certainly LLs after PQ week 1.
Absolutely.
If they can
I
take
just
Striders,
think
they can take Scabs. No way. Don't do it. Don't do it.
well, I think the sin was Verdant starting at 40 because the whole trade-off is that
yeah.
you have to take 1 turn of damage hit to your life total if you're gonna have access to Striders. And the fact that she starts at 40 and gets life gain, like those 3 things cannot exist in one deck. I feel like especially
Okay.
once they gave her 6 light up the leaves.
Right. Very
Yeah.
clearly going in a direction that, like, that is the thing, for her at least, that makes Storm Striders not feel okay. And yeah, the starting
Yeah.
health. I said the same with Aurora. Like, with how good Runeblade armor is, like, she probably should have started at, like, 32.
I wonder if she will, like if like the new tread.
I think the
will
new
start
one
at,
will
like,
be sub 40. I think they should experiment with that way more. Like, on theme,
Yeah.
too. Like, I feel like it's silly that, like, yeah, the frail fiery ninja boy who's wearing a little cloak is like as beefy as friggin' Bravo.
Yeah.
Or Valda. Why doesn't Valda have 42 health?
Tragic. Clearly it would have been
God,
too
no,
good.
that would be
Clearly if
that would be
Valda was
such a
at
nightmare.
42, we would be in a Valda
That'd be a
2-0 meta.
nightmare. I'm sure they just like
I
Valda
just-
fatigue bullshit. Oh, kill
It's
me.
only 2 health. It's only 2. How bad could it be?
Oh, it can get so bad out here.
It could get so
Have you ever
bad.
played against Yoji and Blitz?
No, I hate that format. No.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's only 2 health, and you're like, I'm gonna kill myself and everyone in this room. And it always goes to
22
time is the
health?
other thing.
Or does he have 21 health, Yoji?
He has, I don't remember exactly how much health he has,
And
but
hopefully
his
we never
whole
find
thing is
out.
about life gain
than
and protection, and it's so
Mhm.
fucking miserable. And it's like, we're already playing Blitz, we're already having a bad time, and then someone's going 5 minutes overtime every round because they're playing fucking Yoji, and then all their games end in a draw, and it's like, what are we even doing here?
Ruining everyone else's life.
God, I hate Blitz.
Fun is a zero-sum game, baby.
That is
I'm having all of it.
That's a good
So
segue
true.
into our little outro. We are keeping it under an hour this time because no tier list.
Hell yeah.
I think that's the key to not having a 2.5 hour podcast is no tier list. I know I want some cold foil split cards. If you are playing a skirmish, we have one this Sunday. If you're playing the skirmish on Sunday, even if you're not, pretend you are. What would you be playing? Start with Amy, who's I think you said Blitz is your favorite format.
Yeah, I did say that for sure. I would be probably playing KO. If I was playing anything, just Blood Rush Bellows is really good in a 20 life format. Yeah, that's what
It
I
ain't
got.
much more
KO or
complicated
Blaze.
than that.
Blaze is
Just
pretty
because
good right
Blaze
now
is
too.
sick.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Blaze is good.
What about you, Summer?
Yep, also on KO. I'm on KO for RTN season until he goes. The brute armor is ridiculous. And yeah, Blood Rush Bell is a fucked up card.
So I'm the bad guy here because I'm playing Stack Florian on Sunday. It's the only good deck I really have access to. Also, I do kind of want to do it one time. So
Is Scepter of Pain still legal?
Scepter's legal. Yep, we've got it all. So
Wow.
enjoy.
Oh,
Please enjoy.
no. Well, have fun with that.
Watch me get paired into a Yoji now. This is my curse to bear. I'm gonna get paired into a Yoji and go to time round one out of contention. All right, this was a successful thing. I think we talked about all three formats. We talked more about LL than I thought, but that was like good. And who knows what this podcast will be called next time? But until next time, and whoever else is here, do the like and subscribe thing. Get ready for Amy's Clash video tomorrow or yesterday or today, depending on how quickly I can get this out. And any closing thoughts, folks?
I don't know, Summer, you got anything?
Make Mandible Claw Reinar's specialization.
And
Literally.
unban Duskblade.